Cheers, everyone. Welcome to the awakening. Today in the Ottiwell household, the sun is coming out, and I have Ellie Ottiwell and Peace Ottiwell sitting here with me, doing an awakening. Cheers. Today I've got a smoothie drink. It's got apricots and peach, and what else did I put in it? Apricot and peach. And I can't remember. I can't remember what else I put in here. Definitely apricot and peach. It's got some red stuff. It will come to me. Oh yeah, of course, it's the peel from the peach. Come on, darling. A little bit of garlic, a little bit of vitamin C. Cheers. Welcome to the awakening. And a tangerine. If you don't have too much acid in your body. Anyway, welcome to the awakening. I'm so grateful to be here today. Today is the awakening number 40, I think. With 40 days and 40 nights I've been doing the awakenings. And I feel that today I really want to be very positive with you. So very little darkness and into the light, a lot of light. Because yesterday I was quite low. And I watched my friend Charlie Ward, do a program, and he was so positive. And I'm so grateful for that because it cheered me up a lot, made me feel a lot more positive. So today, it's about positivity, gratitude, family, the cats, the sun that's shining now, trying to come out, and basically talking about how I came out of last night when I felt pretty low. Let's face it, it's difficult not to with everything going on around us. I believe in order to get to the light, you have to go through the dark. There's no other way to do it. You cannot come into the light until you've experienced the dark. You cannot come out of light unless you know what dark is. You cannot experience light, if you don't know what dark is. So today, I'm just going to explain to you a little bit of how I felt. I had an experience at some point where I went into the darkness. I went into real darkness, and everything was coming up, all the darkness. And this was in the therapeutic community where I had about 6 months of sitting on the floor, continuously crying, bringing up all the darkness. All the darkness is coming up, coming up, coming up, in order to come into that huge spiritual awakening that I had. Now that's what's going on in our world at the moment. All the darkness is coming up, detoxifying all over the place. Everything's coming up, everything. And guess what? More and more people are waking up because they're letting themselves watch the lack of common sense, the nonsense, the madness, like social distancing, has suddenly gone out the window. When people are protesting or rioting, and the police are not arresting them, they're going down on one knee. How do you understand that? And yet in Hyde Park, they were arresting women and old people for saying, I do not consent. They were being arrested continuously, and now they're going down on one knee. What does that mean? What is that showing us? That is showing us that everything is coming up, the lack of common sense. People are questioning, why can't I go back to work? Why can't I be with my families and friends? Where's social distancing gone? And everybody is out there protesting, rioting, all in big groups, no social distancing. So that is basically incredibly funny to watch. If you are so awake and you could see beyond this and understand that this is nothing to do with the virus, the flu bug, that is well gone with the sunshine, you'll understand. And now you've got people that are starting to realize there's something wrong with our world. There's something wrong with our system. And this is exciting because there was me shouting and screaming and saying, there's something wrong with our world. There is no disease. There is no cancer. Stop funding cancer research. Do your research. It's totally preventable and curable. and we deserve more than this. We've turned into slaves. That's the darkness. But today we're celebrating the light. I mean, look at these two. Look at them. Nothing bothers them. And you know what? The people that are the most calm at the moment are those that have a very strong conviction in their hearts that there is a God, there is a loving light that is taking us out of slavery. Because up until now, we've been in slavery, enslaved. And if people are so numbed down with drugs and rubbish and fluoride, and then they may not wake up, and you're just going to have to let them go. But those that aren't, those that have changed, I know people that got into eating healthy foods and changed their diet around and started doing exercise and waking up. And even though they haven't understood or they haven't been able to talk to me about this stuff, deep down inside, they have been having these shifts, and the shifts are happening. And now you've got people that I never expected them to say things like that. How come you can have that for one group of people, but you can't have that for one group of people? How come this, that? And they're getting angry because it prevented them from going to visit their families. Even last year when things happened, they weren't allowed to do things, to congregate, because they're a different color. And it doesn't have, there's something is using color and religion, like it always has done, to create wars and conflict between us. And that's why today I wanted to focus on this, on how happy I am to know that you're waking up, and how happy I am to see that I'm not going to look at the posts on social media that talk utter bollocks when they say that this virus takes a year to incubate. That is total rubbish. And if you have any brain at all, or you're not completely numbed from all the madness and the fear, that is impossible. Even a child in school knows that that's impossible. And I was taught that the sunshine, vitamin D, wipes everything out. Every cold, every virus, and it's true as long as you relax and you eat good food and you don't let the stuff encompass you, take you over. Now, one of the most positive things in my life at the moment is, funnily enough, the Positivity Center in Burnham. And that center let me be in the darkness for a long time so I could come out and be the loving, compassionate, and empathetic. Yes, I do empathize with people, but I cannot stand stupidity. And so moving on TV is trying to wake people up and show you the truth in order for you to come together, to stand tall and say, we ain't having it. I do not consent. Like Ralph Smart and like Charlie Ward. And one of the best things about that centre at the moment is the lighted sound bed. As you know, I gave a testimonial for it. And the last time I went on it, I went very dark and got a lot of feelings of depression. And I even had a past life regression into the Holocaust, and it was very dark. And I went into this space of darkness. But then, because Paul really knows his stuff, he was able to change it. He was able to put me back on and do a different vibration. Bye-bye, PC. PC likes his quiet. He's going. He'll be back soon. The vibration to something more positive, where I was flying around all over the place, experiencing space and dancing, and there were flowers everywhere, and I felt so free. And then after that, we did that beautiful piece of music together, Heart Vision, which I played for you. I might play a little bit more in this one in the background. But Paul and I fused our voices together and sent out a lot of love to the world. I couldn't have done that in the space that I was before. So what I'm saying is, the man knows his stuff. He knows what to do. He knows how to bring the stuff out of you. If you want an experience like mine, where you want to feel the pain and detoxify, but Not by going on Facebook and watching the rubbish, but by having a beautiful light and sound experience. Amazing, beautiful lights, vibration. Go and see him. And I keep saying this, not because I love him to bits, and he's my brother, and he's doing great work, and he's very enlightened, but because it works. It works. And if you're not like me and you just need to calm down, then he'll give you a different experience. It depends what he feels. He's so enlightened that in that moment you have to trust. If you're a light worker, you're going to be like me. You're going to want to detoxify. And I'd recommend it to you if there's even a small part of you that believes the media, if there's a small part of you that is able to not see from here, I recommend you go and see him when this is all over, or I don't know, maybe, lockdown is now eased, so maybe he's seeing people. It's a brilliant way to bring all that stuff up. I'm telling you all the good stuff. Charlie Ward, the Positivity Centre, the new King of England. There's so much evidence. Watch it. The fake royals are gone. It's a time to wake up. The new financial reset. This new amazing experience for all of us to have a beautiful life, to barter. I'm looking forward to a sponsor coming on to Moving On TV. I'm looking forward to getting on the box as a real TV station for the masses, to give them love and positivity instead of all the rubbish and the lies. And I can still feel it coming up inside me when I say that, because I don't know the truth. I know parts of the truth. I've known parts of the truth. All I want to see is a world where the children are free, where no one is not equal, where Katabala, who I'm going to interview at some point, doesn't have to beg for £600 for his orphanage in Uganda where he's saving children. That's the kind of world I want. I want a world where me and Peace and Ellie and my husband can move into a beautiful home because we've got animals. Bartering that his whole salary doesn't go on renting. That's the world we deserve. No more crazy taxes, free energy, where electricity and gas is all free, because it is free, guys. This is your world. You have rights. Keep waking up. Keep waking up. Stop radiation. Stop all the bad stuff that they're trying to throw at us. The proof is there. Stand tall. Stand together. Stand with dignity. You don't need to pick up a knife or a gun anymore. Stand with dignity, stand in your truth, and stand together. This beautiful, positive light of awareness, of awakening. All of the truth, stand together with love, with this thing we call God. It doesn't matter if you're a Jew or a Muslim or a Christian or a Buddhist. I couldn't adopt because I wanted to bring my child up as Buddhist, and they turned their nose up at it. Things like that. We're in the old paradigm. Stand tall together. Fear is the virus. Do you know what? You're never taught to feel helplessness. You're never taught to feel confusion. From the time you're born, you're pushed into fear and anger because that's all your parents knew. I learned in the therapeutic community to feel helpless. And I feel very helpless at the moment because my trust levels are not like Ellie. Ellie's trust levels are so strong. She believes that I will look after her. Look, she trusts me 100% until I try to pick her up. She doesn't like being picked up, so she'll run. She trusts me, don't you, Ellie Smith? She trusts me. She knows I'm going to love her. I healed her. We healed together, didn't we, Ellie? With apricot kernels and no vaccinations. Ellie is pure trust, even if you don't like cats. Animals teach you to surrender and to trust. The reason I get angry and frightened is because I don't want to be helpless. I don't want to be in confusion. I feel so helpless at the moment. I'm so confused. There are only so many people that I can talk to that I can count on one hand. I can talk to my husband and have fantastic conversations with him where I bring up everything, all the fear that's been lying between us, experiences of fear that have been holding us back for 27 years now. We can talk about openly, and we have done today. I can talk to Paul, my friend, my brother. I can talk to some light workers, as long as they don't keep bringing up the media and nonsense that I'm just going to say, sorry, I'm not going there. Why would I want to frighten myself to death? I'm human. It's very easy for me to get caught up in the fear. I don't want that. I don't want to be caught up in the fear. I can talk to enlightened beings as long as they're able to go from the fear into the light. Rebecca and her amazing knowledge. As long as we come from the fear, yes, you feel helpless. Give yourself a chance to feel helpless. Feel helpless like an animal who builds trust in their owner. Build trust in a higher power, whether it's God, love, light beings. I channel in the air. I don't always trust what they're saying, but I know what they're saying is true, that I know very little, except one thing I do know. Love conquers all. It always has done, and it always will. And unfortunately, sometimes you have to have sacrifice, and you have to have death until love conquers all. But up until now, we have been controlled and ruled by a system and a group, a 1% group, that has been destroying us. And if I do this, people are going to say I'm one of them, which is just a gesture that I'm doing. Namaste gesture. You know what? So what? It doesn't mean I'm one of them. It doesn't mean that because the thing you see behind me sometimes moving on TV is a cross. The Maltese cross does not mean that I'm one of them. I spoke to Brad Yates about Hollywood and the good and the not so good. There's good and bad in everything. What I'm saying is, feel helpless. Feel confused. Celebrate confusion. I'm so confused in the therapeutic community. They said, Lauren, why can't you feel confusion? And the minute you feel your confusion, that's when you can heal it. You cannot heal. As I started this conversation, you cannot heal anything until you feel the pain, you feel the darkness, and you see the consequences of what this has done to our world. People were not allowed to feel helpless. Black people feel helpless because they saw one of their own. Whether or not, I'm not going into that. They feel they saw one of their own be murdered in a brutal way. They feel helpless now. They are so scared they're going to be next. Do you understand? So let them feel helpless. Let them feel helpless. They need to feel helpless and confused. They need to, before they jump into fear and anger and go out there and decimate the world and buy into the forces that want them to hate us because we are white. But I'm a white Jew and I feel helpless. Not because I'm a white Jew, but because I'm a human. And human beings are penalized now for not being robotic and not buying into the lies. I am a white Jew that does not believe in medicine at all anymore, except if you break a limb, or if you have a really bad toothache. A bit of Nurofen goes very far. But then you have to deal with the side effects. I know I do, even from a Nurofen. Look, if you suffer from your waterworks, don't take paracetamol. You'll be in agony. I know this. I've done my research. When I came out of hospital, I was in hospital when I broke my leg. It just left me there with a broken leg. When they put a cast on me, then there was common sense. And, they healed me. No operation. As I say time and time again, never had an operation. My body heals itself. Except when I had my disc removed and they did not fuse it. They just took it out. And they did not fuse it. I am so lucky and so grateful. So all I'm saying here, guys, is give yourself a chance to feel helpless, feel the darkness, feel the helplessness, feel the confusion, helplessness. I don't know what to do. I am so lonely. I miss my family. Let all that come up. What if they bang on the door and stick a needle in me? What if they take my children? Feel it, feel it, feel it, feel it. Because once you feel it, you think, God, I've had enough of this. I need solutions. And that's when you find your solutions. You feel the helplessness. You talk to someone and you get it out of you, or you write in a journal. You don't go out there and hurt another human being or maim another human being because you feel helpless. These people, Antifa, they've taken under their wing, like the SS. They are people that cannot feel helplessness. They go straight into fear and rage, and then they go out and do damage. And someone gives them money to do it, to take it away from them. Why do people do things for money? Because they will not themselves feel like I felt, or like my biggest fear, which I admitted today, is becoming a bag lady on the street, being manipulated, abused, kicked around. That used to be Lauren. She used to run moving on TV. I could feel it. She used to do moving on theatre, but then she got too crazy. We couldn't control her. So look at her now. She couldn't afford to pay the rent anymore. Look at her now. I'm telling you my biggest fears. I'm not scared to tell you my biggest fears. My biggest fears make me feel so helpless. I feel sick every night. I am fed up feeling sick every night. I want my fears out there. I want to feel helplessness and confusion. Helplessness and confusion, you are welcome here. Brandon Bay said that before she healed people with the journey. Fear, come here, come to me. Helplessness. We are all so helpless as one person. When you join with all the positive, beautiful people out there that I've just said, some of them, President Trump, it's packed with people that have taken that sense of helplessness. I expect Donald Trump felt it when he was confronted with his best friend Epstein, who said to him, I abuse children, pedophilia. And his helplessness must have been, oh my God, what shall I do? And he walked. When the royals didn't, that shit didn't. Donald Trump walked away and said, no, you're out of my life. I am not prepared to let myself go to those levels. But you are my friend. There must have been some helplessness there. And I would love to interview him because he knows everything about this. Feel helplessness, the same helplessness as I felt lying on a couch being molested by the family dentist. Feel confusion when your family sent you back. If you were abused, feel the helplessness of being abused by your family, someone close to you. My God, my heart goes out to you, but feel the helplessness that John Wedger must feel when he can't stop child prostitution. That's what we need to do. That's what the lockdown is. That's what all of this is. It's a chance for you to feel helpless and confused. Helpless and confused. Feel helpless and confused. That's the message for today. That is the light, because the minute you feel helpless and confused, like the 12 steps say, that is coming out of denial. I am totally helpless. I am totally helpless around drink if you're an alcoholic. I'm totally helpless around drugs if you're into drugs. I'm totally helpless around other men or women. I want to, if you're a sex addict. I have a bit of that in me. I'm an addict. I don't drink, I don't smoke. But food used to be mine. I'm totally helpless around my fears and my panics and oh my God, what happens if I look at myself and I don't look right now on this program? Oh, I don't want to release it. Look at the double chin she's got. I'm totally helpless over this ego. And I really pray to God that a lot of you watch this, because I'm telling you to feel helpless. I love you so much. If you feel helpless and confused, you'll not be scared of anything. Death. What do we know about death if we don't? Helpless. I don't have a clue what's going to happen when I die. The death of my loved ones, leaving me on my own. The death of my beautiful cats. Feel it all. And if this program frightens you, good. It means you're not ready. If this program makes you feel enlightened and inspired, then you are ready. I will send this everywhere. If you watch it, give it a chance to feel the helplessness and then sit with it. Do a program, talk to people, tell them they have a right. My father had said I didn't have a right to feel helpless because then he felt helpless. And that's how I was brought up. But now I spoke to one of my friends and I said they made me feel, in a way, they made me feel helpless and guilty. They cannot make me feel helpless and guilty. That was my dad. That is the identity in me that feels helpless and guilty when they look at me in a certain way, or they say something like, do you regret doing the session because it's pushed you all the way back? That is not them. Even though they have their own lessons to learn, it's up to them. With me, it's water off a duck's back, because I know how enlightened people are when they do these things. And they are my mirrors and teachers, but that is not me. That is my father. His helplessness was what got into me. Like when I see someone who I feel is very enlightened put something on the internet saying I thought the virus was only a few months. Now they're saying it's incubating for years. And I think, how can this person even put that out? And I feel so helpless. I think, oh my God, I thought these people were waking up. You know, and this is what light workers feel when they see people are not waking up. You can see now the frantic way I'm scared. If people do not wake up, we can't save our planet. We cannot save humanity. But they are. Thank God. And even though not enough are waking up, there is a beautiful light presence. I channel it. And let's see what it's direct. Let's ask us to give you a beautiful card to help you feel helpless and confused, able to come into the light. I was going to only talk about positive things, but you can't, guys. You really want to heal your mental illnesses, your addictions, your panic, your fear. I can help you do that on Moving On TV, or as a therapist, or as a tarot reader. We can combine a whole lot of things together. I'm psychic. I know what you need. There we go. Which one? One or two? One or two? One. Okay. It's called the second arrow. Now you're going to wake up feeling helpless and confused. What did I just say? Don't turn it into fear and anger and rage. Feel helpless. So the second arrow, the first arrow is, oh my God, I'm so confused. Oh my God, I feel sick. Oh my God, I'm so helpless. Oh my God, what is this feeling? I'm so scared. I'm not even scared. It's even more than that. What is this? I'm a tiny child. I can't do anything. Helpless. Help. I need somebody. Help. First arrow. You have chosen a very powerful card today. The synchronicity of how to stay sane in a crazy world cards. You may feel tired, angry, scared, or emotional in some kind of way. Helpless, confused. I usually feel that way in the morning. Today, you're being guided to understand this emotion is your first arrow. It's there, you can't do anything about this. However, if you use it to hurt yourself or others or carry on being negative, you're shooting a second arrow into your body. The whole conversation is of being helpless. Don't punish everybody. Don't go out there hurting innocent people because you feel helpless that they've ransacked and taken your business away. Don't hurt ordinary, big, innocent people. Stop. Today, I'm not going to let myself be hit by another arrow. Feel all your helplessness and all your confusion. Give yourself a chance to feel that. The positivity center offers you the space to go there, to jump around, to laugh. I've done it. I've done it over the last couple of weeks. Gone into the garden, felt my feelings, met up occasionally with people. It was voluntary after all. You need to remember that. Virus is gone. Feel the helplessness that you feel. Everything is crumbling. Everything you believed in. Everything. Cheers. Have a beautiful smoothie today. Love you lots, guys. Bye.